When a student asks you why a word with a surprising spelling is spelled that way, what do you say? If you're like me and many others, you've probably said something like, well, you know, English is just crazy. Probably because that's what our teachers and parents told us. And honestly, English spelling does feel pretty crazy. But it's not crazy, it's complex. And this complexity makes English spelling hard to teach and hard to learn. Today, we'll uncover the reasons behind that complexity so we can appreciate this wild and wonderful language and banish the crazy once and for all. Most important, you'll be better equipped to teach your students to be proficient spellers. My name is Anna Geiger. I'm the author of Reach All Readers, host of the Reach All Readers podcast, and creator of the Reach All Readers Plus membership. And my mission is to help K to third grade teachers bridge the gap between reading research and what they do in their classrooms every day. I once heard Dr. Pam Snow, a cognitive psychologist and professor from Australia, explain English's origins this way. She says English is like a language that cornered other languages in a dark alley and rifled through their pockets for words. Because of all this pickpocketing, English reflects other languages' historical influences. Let's start with a quick history lesson. Many of the most common words in the English language come from Anglo-Saxon, the language spoken in England more than 1500 years ago. Words like house, love, mother, all go back to the Anglo-Saxon. Then came the Norman conquest in 1066. For several centuries after that, Norman French was the language of the ruling class and government. During that time, many French words entered English, including words like justice and beauty. Latin, the language of scholars and the church, also contributed many words to the English language during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Around that time, scholars also drew on Greek to name new scientific ideas and discoveries, giving us words like atmosphere and chronology. So what does all this mean for spelling? English borrowed words from many languages, and these words have often kept their spellings that reflect their origins. These historical influences have helped contribute to 5 reasons why English spelling is particularly difficult for beginners to learn. According to researcher Rebecca Trayman, here they are. Number 1, most phonemes can be spelled more than one way. Just as a reminder, a phoneme is the smallest unit of sound that can distinguish one word from another. So tap to tip, we are distinguishing those words from each other based on that middle phoneme. In my book, Reach All Readers, I listed the spellings for the different phonemes in the English language. Take the sh sound at the beginning of the word ship. You can spell it sh as in ship, T as in action, C as in special, S as in tension, and CH as in chef. And that's just one phoneme. English has around 44 phonemes and well over 100 ways to spell them. Reason number 2 is that graphemes, the spellings for individual sounds, can contain more than one letter. So take the long E sound. It can be spelled with a single E as in me, Y as in happy, EE as in sweet, EA as in team, a vowel consonant E pattern as in theme, IE as in field, EY as in key, and EI as in weird. Talk about complex! Reason number 3 is that morphemes hold onto their spelling pattern even when pronunciation changes. So the one we see most often in the primary grades is the ed suffix. It looks the same in print, but listen to how differently it sounds. It's id in landed, d in played, and t in jumped. Same spelling, 3 different pronunciations. So we see that the ed signals past tense, but the pronunciation shifts depending on what phonemes come before that suffix. Think about the base N-A-T-E, which has the connotation of birth. We're going to drop the E when we add a vowel suffix, but either way, we're going to keep the spelling N-A-T. The base keeps its spelling across related words. Nature, nativity, and nation all have the base N-A-T-E with that final E dropped before a vowel suffix. But the pronunciation of the T shifts. We have ch in nature, t in nativity, and sh in nation. The 4th reason that English spelling is hard to learn is that there are a lot of consonant clusters within the English language. Think about the word strong. At the beginning of that word, we have 3 phonemes, s, t, r, that students have to be able to hear and then spell. Kindergarten and 1st grade teachers see the effects of this constantly. For example, when a student spells the word jump, J-U-P, the child hasn't teased out the which is part of that final consonant cluster, sometimes called a consonant blend. The large amount of consonant clusters in English make the language more challenging for beginners. And the 5th reason, according to researcher Rebecca Trayman, that English spelling is hard to learn is because there are so many longer words in English. The more letters a word contains, the more opportunities there are for us to make spelling mistakes. That's pretty obvious, right? I remember when I was in 4th grade, I lost a spelling bee because I spelled February February. It wasn't until I was in 4th grade that I knew there was a sneaky R hidden in there that I didn't even know about. So yes, longer words give us lots of opportunities for misspelling. But here's what I find interesting. When we look closely at them, the reason why those longer words are hard to spell often has to do with their morphology, the meaningful parts of the words that come together. As noted earlier with the base NATE, the pronunciation of the base can shift depending on what affixes we add to it. That's why it's so important to help our students see how bases combine with affixes to make words. So, is English spelling a hopeless mess? No, it is not, and here's what I'd like you to walk away with. About half of English spellings can be spelled accurately based on sound spellings alone, so the sound directly matching up to the spelling. That might be more than you think, but that's not all. Another 34% have predictable spellings if you consider where the sounds are in the words. So for example, in the word pack, we have CK at the end because CK comes after a short vowel in a single syllable word. There are many conventions like that. Next, when you add in the word meaning and the word origin, only about 4% of English spellings are truly irregular. Some might even say less than that. And by irregular, I mean we're not sure why they're spelled the way they are. So therefore, most English spellings can be explained, at least 96% of them. That's good news. You're invited to my Spelling Instruction That Sticks workshop. We'll go from understanding the nature of English spelling to understanding how to teach it and how to provide practice opportunities that help spelling stick. You can find the link below this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.